Today we're going to explore 7 movements of the spine. So every yoga class has some combination, variation of these movements of the spine. Yoga is so good for the spine, and part of it is because we're doing these movements where we're basically moving the spine through its natural range of motion. And so the movements can be done in any order. It's just that we're doing them. So the first one is rising up, so lifting up. So find a comfortable seat, and that could be with your legs crossed. It could be with one leg extended. It could be with both legs extended. And there's lots of other variations, but just so long as you are comfortable. Feel your connection to ground, whether you're sitting in a chair or you're sitting on the floor. With an inhalation, so even here we're combining breath and movement. Inhale and rise up through the top of the head. We call it the crown of the head. Release the shoulders while still maintaining that length in the spine, that lift. Get connected to your breath. Feel the natural flow of your breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. On an inhalation, take your palms out to the sides and reach up towards the sky. On the exhalation, let the palms come back down. Inhale, palms rise up. Eyes can be open or closed. And on the exhale, the palms float down. On your next inhalation, let your palms come together. You can come into steeple fingers with the index fingers pointed up, or just interlace fingers, or maybe prayer pose. So many options, right? So inhale, rise up, reach up through the crown, and as you exhale, bend your body to one side. Just pick a side. Inhale back to the center, and exhale to the other side, right? Because everything we do on one side, we do on the other. Side bend. So we just moved to one side and then the other. That's 2 of the movements of the spine. So far we've done 3. Here's another, there's so many ways to get side bends. You can do it this way. One palm stays on the floor or your lap, and the opposite palm reaches up again on the inhale, and on the exhale, bend over. You can take the palm that's on your lap and reach it away to get even more of a sensation of a side bend here. Inhale back up and exhale down. What are we going to do? We're going to do it on the other side because it feels different. One side feels different than the other right now. So inhale, reach up through the very crown so the spine is long, and then exhale, bend. And if you want, you can walk your fingers away, bend a little bit more. Notice my palm is pretty active, so it's not just hanging out. So that's how I'm getting more of that sensation of stretch. Good. Inhale back up and exhale down. Take a breath in and just let it out. On your next inhalation, bring awareness to the front body and imagine you are lifting up out of the waist, lifting the heart, or where you sense your heart to be, lifting that up towards the ceiling. If it's safe in your neck, you can allow your chin to rise and your head to drop back. But if it's not, just keep the chin parallel to the floor. So this time on the inhale, rise up, draw the shoulder blades towards each other in the back, send the heart towards the ceiling. Now choose what's safe for your neck. On the exhale, do the opposite movement, rounding in. Now let your chin drop towards your chest. Draw your belly back toward your spine. So you have this whole scoop in the front body. Inhale, open up. We're opening up the front body. And on the exhale, now, while you're rounding the front, you're opening the back body. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what that looks like from the side. This is called a seated cat-cow, and pretty much in every yoga class you're going to do some variation of cat-cow, right? It's one of the 7 movements of the spine. So this is the seated version. I'll do it 2 more times. I'm smiling because I don't know if that was 2 times or 3 times, but it just felt good, so I kept going. Good. So that's the seated cat-cow. So it's like your spine is doing this. It's going back and it's rounding, right? That's your spine. So far we did side to side, rising. I'm going to show you cat-cow in a kneeling option, which is often the option that we do in class. If it benefits you to have some support under your knees, grab a blanket, something soft right under your knees. The knees stay right under the hips and the palms come under the shoulders with the fingers open pretty wide. So I'm pressing the whole inside surface of the palm into the mat. So I'm not, like, look at my hands, there's no space here, right? I'm pressing down. That keeps weight off the wrists. A tiny bend is in the elbows, so I'm not using the joint to stay up, I'm using the muscles. This happens with breath, just like when we were seated. Inhale, the heart comes forward and the chin lifts if that's safe in the neck. On the exhale, chin drops in, spine rounds, and the belly comes in. You can't see that concave because of what I'm wearing, but it's the same thing that's happening. Here you can see what's happening in the spine when I'm in this position. We look like a cat, right? Like a Halloween cat. We call this cow because of the little scoop in the back of in the low back. Looks just like the scoop on a cow. All right. And then we have neutral spine. Good. Now, twist is another movement of the spine. So twisting one direction and the other. Find your foundation, feel your connection to something solid. Feel the rise as the crown of the head lifts up. Inhale, both palms out and up towards the sky. And on the exhale, turn and twist to one side. It doesn't matter which side you choose because we're going to go to the other side, right, for balance. Feel the breath, feel it rising. Feel how the body receives the exhale. Rising on the inhale. And maybe there's a little more space created when you exhale. The head can turn in the opposite direction as the torso. It can look straight ahead. The gaze can be straight ahead. Or you And look over the opposite shoulder or the same shoulder that you're twisting into. And to release, to come back, take it nice and slow. Take a breath in, let it out. Now, let's do that on the other side. Twisting. That's a seated twist. There's reclining twists, standing twists, all different ways to explore twisting in yoga. Slow, fast. So I just did a slow seated expression here. Twists are really good. All these movements are really good for your spine. And not just your spine, they're doing other things too, but our focus here is on the 7 movements of the spine. So see if you can remember them. I'll go through them and see if you can notice what I'm doing. So here's to you. Happy, healthy body. Namaste.